Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving deep into the future of QC labs
Ooh, exciting.
and how things are moving, well, way beyond the traditional LIMS systems.
It's funny. For a long time, LIMS have been the go-to, right? For managing lab data, keeping everything organized.
Yeah, the brains of the lab, so to speak.
Exactly. But honestly, they're just not cutting it anymore in this age of digital transformation.
So are you saying that even though labs rely on these LIMS, they're kind of hitting a wall when it comes to going fully digital?
Exactly. Our sources today point out some pretty big gaps in traditional
Oh,
LIMS,
interesting.
especially in industries like life sciences, consumer packaged goods, even energy and materials. Full digitization, just not possible with most systems.
Okay, so where are these LIMS falling short? What are the biggest issues?
Well, the first one that jumps out is instrument integration, or should I say the lack of it. Many LIMS just don't talk to all the different instruments in a lab.
Leading to those data silos everyone's always talking about.
It really is a mess. Imagine critical data trapped in individual instruments.
I don't even want to think about it.
Scientists wasting time manually transferring information between systems. Ugh, such a time suck. Plus, it just increases the risk of errors.
And errors in quality control, that's a big no-no.
Absolutely. Accuracy is king in QC.
And from what I'm seeing in our sources, this integration problem isn't just about instruments. It seems like managing inventory and consumables is a similar headache.
Oh, tell me about it. So many labs still struggling to track things like reagents and standards. It's unbelievable.
It's 2024.
I know, right? And all because their LIMS can't handle proper inventory management. Stockouts, delaying experiments, halting production lines.
Costing companies time and money.
Exactly. Not to mention the opposite problem, excess inventory.
Which is also wasteful and a compliance nightmare.
Ugh, don't get me started on compliance.
Okay, so we've got data silos, inventory chaos. What's the third big gap our sources are pointing out?
This one's all about procedures. Many LIMS just don't provide clear guidance for executing lab workflows.
So basically, scientists are left to fend for themselves.
Pretty much, and that leads to inconsistencies, makes training new staff a pain, and increases the chance of errors, which we already agreed is not good.
Yeah, no room for error in QC.
Exactly. It's like we need a system that not only manages data, but also holds your hand through each step of a procedure.
Like a digital lab partner.
Exactly. And that's where this whole idea of a fully digital QC lab comes in. Everything digital, all paper banished, seamless workflows from start to finish.
Now that's a vision I can get behind.
Yeah.
No more deciphering handwriting in a logbook.
Or frantically searching for the right SOP.
Exactly. But how do we actually get there? What does this digital transformation look like in action?
Our sources lay out some pretty exciting steps. First up, you guessed it, full integration of all instruments.
Seamless data capture. No more manual nightmares.
That's the dream.
Music to my ears.
Yeah.
What's next?
Next, we tackle the inventory problem head-on. Full integration of inventory and consumables.
A system that tracks everything in real time, flags low stock, maybe even helps with reordering.
Exactly. No more last-minute panic for that one crucial reagent.
Okay, I'm liking where this is going.
Yeah.
Does this mean we can finally say goodbye to all that paper?
Oh, absolutely. Our sources are very clear about this. A truly digital QC lab means no paper, equipment logbooks, static SOPs, all gone.
It's about time.
Right. Digital records and dynamic interactive procedures, that's the way forward.
That's a beautiful thing. Okay, what else? What else is on the road to digital QC nirvana?
Standardization. We need to standardize all data and procedures across the lab.
For consistency and easy access.
Exactly. It's like having one language that everyone in the lab speaks fluently.
Makes sense. Okay, we've got integrated instruments, streamlined inventory, a paperless environment, and standardized procedures. What's the final piece of the puzzle?
Digitally managing every single QC document.
That sounds like a lot of documents.
It is, but it's crucial for compliance and audits. Imagine having every document ready to go, easily auditable at any time.
A regulator's dream.
And a huge relief for anyone who's ever faced a mountain of paperwork during an audit.
So let me see if I've got this right. We're taking the best of what LIMS offers, like data management, and giving it a massive upgrade.
A digital makeover.
Right. Full instrument and inventory integration, No paper, standardized procedures, and total document management.
Sounds like a recipe for a truly digital QC lab.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm guessing this isn't just about checking boxes. What are the real benefits here?
Oh, benefits are huge. Think about all those tedious tasks that can now be automated.
Freeing up scientists to do what they do best.
Exactly. Analysis, problem solving, innovation. It's not just about efficiency. It's a shift in how scientists spend their time.
Focusing on the science that matters.
Yes. And let's not forget about data integrity. Automated data capture and standardized procedures mean way fewer errors.
Leading to more accurate data, which is especially important in regulated industries.
Absolutely. Like life sciences, where data integrity is everything.
This makes me think about how these changes could impact different industries. Consumer packaged goods, energy, and materials, they all have their own QC challenges.
Right. Imagine a world where consumer goods companies can instantly detect contamination.
Preventing recalls, protecting their brand.
Exactly. Or energy companies ensuring quality and consistency in real time, optimizing their processes.
Wow, the impact could be huge. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's zoom in on some specific concepts driving this change.
Okay.
Our sources highlight two in particular that sound almost futuristic: review by exception and release by exception.
These are game changers, especially for speeding up batch release.
Okay, break it down for me. What's the big idea here?
Imagine a system where test results that meet certain criteria are automatically approved. Scientists can focus on the outliers, the anomalies.
Instead of going through every single result.
Exactly, like a filter that highlights only what's truly important. It saves so much time.
Crucial in industries where speed to market is everything.
Time is money, right? Plus, it means resources are focused where they matter most.
So what about release by exception? Same idea, but for batches.
You got it. Batches that pass all their tests are automatically cleared for release. No more manual approvals for things that are good to go.
This all sounds great, but does it mean robots are taking over the lab? Are scientists being replaced?
Not at all. It's about empowering scientists, giving them the tools to excel.
Freeing them from those tedious tasks.
Exactly. So they can focus on problem solving, critical thinking, driving innovation.
So less about replacing humans, more about making their jobs better.
Right. And in a world drowning in data, having a system that can make sense of it all is incredibly valuable.
Okay, this fully digital QC lab is sounding pretty amazing, but is there actually a system out there that can make it happen?
That's where things get really interesting. Our sources point to a solution that seems to be leading the way.
BIOVIA One Lab.
It's being called a game changer.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What makes this BIOVIA One Lab so special?
Well, unlike traditional LIMS, it brings together everything we've been talking about.
Data, instruments, inventory, procedures.
All of it, all in one system. No more silos, no more disconnects. It's a truly integrated digital environment for the QC lab.
So BIOVIA One Lab is like the ultimate digital lab partner. Streamlining workflows, helping scientists make better decisions, boosting productivity.
Exactly.
But is anyone actually using it? Or is it still just an idea?
Oh, BIOVIA One Lab is definitely real. It's already making waves in industries with high stakes, like pharmaceutical manufacturing.
Makes sense. When you're dealing with medications, there's zero room for error.
Exactly. And BIOVIA One Lab helps them meet those strict regulations.
By ensuring data integrity, streamlining those workflows, and having that complete audit trail.
You got it. Every step of the process.
So it's not just about efficiency, it's about patient safety too.
Absolutely. And we see similar impacts in other industries, like food and beverage. BIOVIA One Lab is being used to track ingredients, manage testing, ensure compliance with all those food safety regulations, all digitally, of course.
But it's a big deal. It sounds like BIOVIA One Lab gives companies a real edge when it comes to quality and safety.
It does. And it's not just about meeting the minimum requirements, it's about going above and beyond.
Proactively monitoring things, always looking for ways to improve.
Exactly. So it's a win-win. Companies make better products, and consumers know what they're buying is safe and meets the highest standards.
Sounds good to me.
Now let's dig into what makes BIOVIA One Lab unique. One thing that really stands out is how it handles procedures.
Okay, how so?
Well, remember those static SOPs we talked about? Pages of printed instructions. With BIOVIA One Lab, procedures are dynamic. They're interactive, adaptable, guiding scientists in real time.
Right on their screen.
Exactly, like having a digital assistant right there with you in the lab.
Making sure you don't miss a step or make a mistake.
You got it. It really minimizes the risk of human error, especially with complex workflows. Plus, it makes training new staff so much easier.
Instead of struggling with those long SOP, they can learn by doing. with a system guiding them along.
Exactly. And it's not just about following instructions. BIOVIA One Lab also captures data and analyzes it as the scientist is doing the procedure.
So they get feedback right away.
Yep. Any deviations from the expected results are flagged immediately.
Wow, that's impressive. So it's like having a safety net, catching errors before they become bigger problems.
Exactly. It's about making the lab more efficient, more accurate, and safer. Now, our sources also say that BIOVIA One Lab is great for compliance and auditing. What features make it so good for that?
Yeah, what makes it stand out in those areas?
Well, one thing is the audit trail. It tracks every single action taken in the system.
So you know who did what, when, and why.
Exactly. A complete tamper-proof history. It's a lifesaver during those regulatory audits.
I bet. No more scrambling for paperwork. And it supports those electronic signatures that are becoming so important.
Right. Electronic signatures are way more secure than handwritten ones. They're practically tamper-proof.
So it's not just about tracking everything. It's about making sure the records themselves are trustworthy.
Exactly. That level of security is essential for industries with strict regulations, like pharmaceuticals, biotech, food production. They need to be sure they can meet those requirements and keep their customers' trust.
It sounds like BIOVIA One Lab is the real deal. It offers this complete approach, those cutting-edge features, and it focuses on both efficiency and compliance.
And remember, it's not just about using new technology for the sake of it.
It's about helping scientists do their best work.
Exactly. Streamlining their workflows, empowering them to focus on problem-solving and innovation.
Making their jobs more engaging, and ultimately making sure the products and research that impact all of us are the best they can be.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
It sounds like this BIOVIA One Lab is living up to that game-changer hype. But this digital transformation isn't limited to just one solution or one industry, is it?
You're absolutely right. The need for efficient, compliant QC labs is everywhere.
From pharmaceuticals to food to materials testing, it's all connected.
Exactly. Data integrity, streamlined workflows, robust compliance, those are challenges that every QC lab faces. It doesn't matter what industry they're in.
So this digital transformation could have a ripple effect across so many industries.
Absolutely. Raising the bar for quality, efficiency, and building trust with consumers.
And let's not forget about the impact on the people doing the work.
The scientists, the technicians, it's about empowering them to do their best.
Giving them the tools to excel.
Right. And in a world where data is king, having a system that can unlock its full potential is incredibly powerful.
It's like giving scientists a superpower, right? They can see things they might have missed, catch problems early on, make better decisions.
Exactly. This digital revolution is exciting. It's about more than just efficiency and compliance. It's about unlocking a new level of scientific understanding and innovation.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I'm feeling optimistic about the future of QC labs.
Me too.
It's a future where technology empowers scientists, where data drives those important decisions, where the quality of the things that impact our lives is constantly getting better.
It's a bright future, and BIOVIA One Lab is playing a key role in shaping it by offering this complete solution that integrates everything.
Data, instruments, inventory, procedures, it's all there.
All in one powerful platform. We've covered a lot today, but we've only scratched the surface.
There's always more to learn.
So to our listeners, we encourage you to keep exploring. Dive deeper into the world of digital QC, check out the solutions that are out there, and think about how these innovations could impact your own industry.
Who knows? You might be the one to lead the next big breakthrough. Until next time, keep diving deep.